This is my What I Eat in a Day on Slimming World, and this is going to be the holiday edition because I'm going away this weekend. So I wanted to start the day off right, so I had some apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. I then got myself to the gym and I did 20 minutes sort of on an elevated walk on the treadmill. I then went shopping for some of the supplies for this weekend. However, most likely none of this is actually for me. I got myself to group, and as you know, I got my 2.5 stone award, yay! And then I had 2 of these salt and chilli skewers from Iceland, they're half a cent each. And I just had the back with some plain salad. I was going to put some dressing on it, but I actually forgot and I didn't need it because the chicken was quite spicy. We were staying in this really cute place for the weekend. I did have a little mouthful of Prosecco just to celebrate because it is my dad's birthday that we're away for. So they'd made some Slimming World chicken curry, which was sin-free, with some rice, and then I just had a little plate of bits. I'm not entirely sure on the sins, but I'm not too worried about it. I then got in the top tub and had a little relax, so it was quite a nice day. I'm not sure how many sins I'm ending on, because obviously I don't know the exact sins of all the different samosas and salads and things like that, but I'm not too worried about it. And I will see you tomorrow. This is my What I Eat in a Day on Slimming World. So I started off with some apple, raspberry, strawberry and yoghurt. We then went out into Malton and did a little bit of looking around. We were looking for a coffee shop, but it was absolutely piddling it down and all the coffee shops were super full, so we ended up going back to the cottage. I had tried to think ahead in case there were times that we were going to be able to eat at home, and this is what I made. However, this is actually a picture from a couple of days earlier because I totally forgot to take a picture of it. Even though it was raining, I actually had a peaceful 10 minutes by myself in the hot tub, which was really cool, and this is where we stay in Langton Hall. It was lovely. So this is on a plate from the buffet, but actually a lot of this was free. The only thing I really needed to sin was probably about half a sin for the jacket potato, because she used the tiniest little bit of mayo in the whole batch of them. The chicken nuggets, which were out of the Slimming World air fryer book, but I do think they've got some sins, and 2 sins for the duck spring roll, so not too bad actually. I'm feeling pretty pleased with myself. However, I did have a little sausage wrapped in bacon. I actually ate it really fast, so I asked my husband if I could take a picture of his, but he wanted to be in the picture, and he said I could put it on TikTok, so here you go. I did also have a bounty out of a box of celebrations, which I think is 2.5 sins. So I'd say that was pretty successful. I did have tonic waters most of the night and had them with things like lime and grapefruit, what everyone else was having in the gin and tonic. And then I finished off the day with a mint Skinny Crunch bar when I was getting into bed, because I was still feeling a little bit peckish. I think I'd gone quite light on the buffet knowing that there'd be sins. But all in all, for a holiday, I think that's a pretty successful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. So as you can see, I had no picture for my breakfast because I totally forgot to take it. My sister was really good and she did a Slimming World style breakfast, but we got the wrong sausages, so it was 2.5 sin each, so I had 5 sins for breakfast. We stopped on the way back from holiday at the York Designer outlet and did a bit of shopping, and I got this mango iced tea. I actually shared it with my son and it was 3 sins. To be honest, he probably drank the majority of it, but I'm going to class it as 2 just in case. For dinner, I had 2 of these salt and pepper skewers from Iceland, they're 1 sin each. With some vegetables, I had 1 sin worth of Caesar dressing and a tiny little bit of parmesan that would go towards my healthy extra A. I then had a Skinny Crunch bar and a chopped up apple. I had 2 Baby Bells and I was definitely in snack mode, and this is where I got into trouble. I was trying to help my son do some homework at the last minute and ended up eating about 5 or 6 of these, which worked out probably about 5 or 6 sins. For tea, I had the barbecue meatballs that I made the other week. I had that with a bit more parmesan and some carrots for speed on the side. I had a Fab Lolly, which are 4 sins each. These are actually a really good option because they're really sweet, but also a little bit chocolatey if you're feeling peckish. And I finished off with a Skinny Dream. So potentially I'm ending up on around 15 sins, but I do feel like it might have been more because it was a bit of a crazy day. You know, you just think sometimes, did I actually capture everything I ate? Anyway, I'm not going to let this be the start of my downfall, and I'll be straight back on it tomorrow, so I'll see you then. So I started off with an omelette with some bacon and 30 grams of cheddar. It had spinach in there as well. This was a good start to the day, especially if you're feeling like you're going to be a bit nibbly like I have over the last few days. I then had 2 of these salt and pepper skewers, which are 1 sin each, with a bit of salad on the side. I then had to go to the hospital. I had my next hormone injection of Prostap. I'm not really looking forward because she did say that usually the second month's the worst in terms of symptoms and things like that. So not great, but hopefully I'll be fine. I then had a chopped up apple because I was a bit peckish because we'd messed about on the way home this night, so it was a bit late. Then for tea, I made chicken tonight, so it was 2 sins for the whole jar, so just 1 sin. We were actually sharing it between 3 of us, and I made it with these Parmesan potatoes that go in the air fryer, and these were absolutely amazeballs. I did a little recipe for them, but they're really easy to make. Anybody could do it. That's the video before this one. Then I finished off my day with 2 fibre bars for my Healthy Extra B. So I'm finishing the day on 3 sins, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with some apple, strawberry, raspberry and some yoghurt. Dinner was just a little bit rubbish, so I had celery and carrot, a little bit of Parmesan cheese because that were there from the night before, and some tuna. I think I sprinkled some vinegar on. I was in a massive rush this day, so I ate half of it before I went into a meeting and half of it sat in my car afterwards. Then I had half of my Healthy Extra B, which was a Skinny Dream bar. Now, this day was our wedding anniversary, 15 years with my lovely husband. And we had a babysitter and we chose to go to the gym and get a Nando's takeaway so we could be back for the dog. So I had the chicken, which I actually took the skin off. And on the app that says it's 2.5 with the skin on. I had some halloumi, which was going towards my Healthy Extra A. There was about 5 to 10 grams of Parmesan in the cheese earlier, so I'm just going to count that as my whole portion. I had a corn on the cob, which was sin-free, if you have it without the butter. And I actually used some Mexican rice from Aldi, which half a pack was 1 sin, because I wasn't a massive fan of the rice at Nando's. After tea, I had the other Skinny Dream bar as part of my Healthy Extra B, and I bought the hub some Ferrero Rochers, and I had one of them 4 sins for 1 tiny little Rocher. I didn't really think it were worth it, but I had it anyway. So I'm ending the day on 7 sins if my Nando's calculations were right, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. I was feeling quite nauseous this morning, so I just started off with an apple. I then had an omelette using 40 grams of cheddar and 2 rashers of bacon, which was really nice. I had actually got my spinach ready to go in the omelette, but I totally forgot about it, so when I looked later it was still in the microwave. And then if you see my previous post, we had this mango and lime chicken for tea. I did it with some Slimming World chips and some veg on the side. This chicken was really nice. I kept thinking about it today and planning when I was going to make it again. This was also quite a few too many chips for me, and I ended up leaving some of them. And then I finished off my day with 2 of these Skinny Crunch Skinny Dream bars as my Healthy Extra B. So I finished off the day with just 1.5 sins, which I'm pretty pleased about. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. I was feeling really sick this day and was really struggling to know what I wanted to eat and if it would stay down. So I had most of this, which was apple, strawberry, raspberry and some Greek yoghurt. I then had 2 Baby Bells. For lunch I had one of these salt and chilli skewers, which are half a sin, and some little speedy veg on the side. So I got to the gym. I was feeling a little bit downhearted because when I first started Slimming World I was doing a mixture of running and jogging. However, I'm really struggling with that at the minute because I've got really sore joints, which is a side effect of the medicine that I'm taking. For tea, I had a salt and chilli skewer again, and I had this pot noodle style Slimming World noodles. Not necessarily the most healthy tea, but it was really late and it was actually what I fancied, which was good. And then I finished off the day with 2 of these for my Healthy Extra B. So I might be getting weighed tomorrow. I'll have to see what time I get finished from work, and otherwise I'll see you tomorrow.